Welcome back. Now let us continue and wrap up our lesson. Concept map recap. The first thing to do here is to think about what we went through during our lesson. We looked into the meaning of limited and unlimited liability. Thereafter, we looked into the characteristics of each form of ownership and looked into the impact of each form of ownership. Remember, the characteristics and the impact would help you to identify the form of ownership from your scenario during the examination or in a case of any test that is given to you. Now, new words and language recap. Very key as well. What is a form of ownership? This is the legal position of the business and the way it is owned. Then we also have to look into continuity. This is the idea that the business can continue to exist even if change of ownership takes place. For example, should the member or shareholder die or retire, continuity means the business will continue regardless of such a situation. Directors. This refers to people elected to the board of a company by the shareholders to represent the shareholders' interest. Then we also have an audit. Audit refers to the process where an organization's accounts are checked to make sure its financial operations are honest. Now let us look into common error recap. Many learners are unable, for instance, to identify the correct form of ownership from the scenario. So what is key? Know your characteristics, know the positives and negatives of each form of ownership. Then you are in a better position to be able to identify the form of ownership that would be applicable to a scenario. Then, learners provide unclear, again, responses when explaining the characteristics of each form of ownership. So study carefully with understanding. Know that terminology for each form of ownership is different. When we're talking about partnership, we'll be talking about partnership agreements. We'll be talking about sharing over there. But with a sole trader, we're talking about a business owned by one person. We're talking about the owner taking all the profit. We're talking about the owner making all the decisions and making decisions quicker. But with a company, the language changes. We no longer have owners, we no longer have partners, but with a company we have shareholders, we are talking directors. And remember, shareholders invest the capital, but directors run the company on a day-to-day basis. They make decisions, and we know that we talk limited liability when we are talking about companies, but when we are talking about a sole trader and a partnership, we know that we are talking there about your unlimited liability. We are also talking about unlimited continuity, because should a sole trader stop or a partnership stop, or should an owner pass away, a sole trader has to stop. So should a partner again pass away in a partnership, the partnership would have to stop so that they draw a new partnership agreement. So that's what we mean there when we are looking into the characteristics. And my tip to you obviously is to use the right terminologies for you to remember everything. Then your challenging question there is to discuss the importance of a state-owned company. Discuss those and you shall be ready for any form of assessment. So with that being said, thank you for watching this lesson. Hoping we contributed to your knowledge. And remember, this is very key because you should use it to register your company one day and make the wise decision. Look into the characteristics, look into the advantages before you decide to register and have a particular form of ownership as your business. Thank you.